Here's one thing that we learned from the 2015 WWE Royal Rumble. Reigns plus Mike does not equal strong. Hello everyone and welcome to our recap of the 2015 Royal Rumble. The 28th edition of this event hailed from the fighting city of Philadelphia. You know, the Royal Rumble was held in Philadelphia one time previous. Back in 2004, I actually sat third row for that event. I told you. The 2004 Royal Rumble actually has a little asterisk next to it. Because when the WWE talks about people who won the Royal Rumble, they always say that there were two people that won from the #1 position. WWE always mentions Shawn Michaels, who did that back in 1995. But they never mention the name of the 2004 winner, who also won from the #1 position. Because that person was Chris Benoit. Hey, fingers crossed that this year's event doesn't produce a murderer. The pay-per-view kicks off with one of the WWE's famous montages where all the participants talk about being the one. But actually, I miss the old 90s Royal Rumble opening montages where it just had Vince McMahon screaming wrestlers' names with weird inflections. Big Boss Man, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, Hulk Hogan, Virgil, Haku, Hacksaw, Jim Duggan. The opening match is a tag team matchup featuring the Ascension and the Old Age Outlaws. Did I just say Old Age Outlaws? Good. You know what the Ascension is great at? They're great at proving this fact. Cool face paint, awesome music, and a badass Titantron video doesn't make you good. In fact, if there was a team that was impressive throughout this match, it was the New Age Outlaws. They were even able to get a cheap pop wearing the Philly Fanatic hats on their way to the ring. The Ascension gets a win in short order, but was not impressive. Here's a tip for the Ascension. If you guys want to be badass, if you want to be the new Road Warriors, you want to be the new Demolition, to be badass, you actually have to do something badass. Being badass doesn't mean just going during the entrance to the ring. We would like to personally welcome Erwin R. Shyster and Ted DiBiase, who had front row seats behind the commentator's table. Our next match was a tag team titles matchup that featured Miz and Mizdow versus the Usos. Nothing in professional wrestling right now entertains me more than the whole Miz and Mizdow thing. The only problem with this team is that the fans love them so much that I feel bad for the Usos. Although truthfully, the Usos don't do themselves any favor with that opening dance thing that they do because it's dumb. I say ooh, you say oh, Uso, oh, blah, 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 blah. Usos get the win. Why hello Renee Young and hello Divas match. I know I'm probably in the minority, but I actually enjoy the Divas matches these days. They actually have pretty good wrestling that's going on, and in fact I'll tell you this. One of the top 5 to 10 moves in wrestling right now is the Brie Bella running knee into her opponent's face while she's hung up in the ropes move. Here's your free, gratuitous, sexual Divas moment of the match. Bellas get the win because Natalya and Paige are losers. Losers. And now we're to the triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship that featured John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Brock Lesnar. Whether the WWE wants it or not, Brock Lesnar is your biggest babyface in the company right now. Although my one critique with Brock is that he only does like 7 moves, if that. He does the German suplex, he does an F5, and then last night, for the first time, he actually started doing a regular suplex where he would just throw people across the side of the ring. So seeing Brock Lesnar wrestle only once every couple months is actually probably a good thing. Now, I think Seth Rollins absolutely stole this show. He did this flying elbow drop onto Brock Lesnar onto a table and did this whole flippy dippy thing onto John Cena. Seth Rollins even got a nice ovation from the Philadelphia crowd after the match, even though he lost. Brock Lesnar retained the championship and will probably end up in the main event at WrestleMania 31. Now on to my favorite wrestling match of the entire year, the Royal Rumble. 2 men start the match, and every 2 minutes thereafter, a new participant enters until all 30 participants of the Royal Rumble are entered into the ring. Elimination happens when an individual is thrown over the top rope and both feet hit the ground. The last man standing is declared the Royal Rumble champion and will have a shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 31. Let's go down to the ring. Our #1 entrant in the classic heel position is The Miz, who gets paired off at #2 with R-Truth. It's hard to believe that these two guys once were a tag team and main evented against The Rock and John Cena at a Survivor Series. Can someone tell R-Truth that I don't need to hear him rap his entire 7-minute song? Jesus. And I think the WWE missed an opportunity here at #2. Imagine Mizdow throwing a punch at Miz, Miz falling down, and then Mizdow falling down. It would have been really funny and a highlight of the Rumble. And our first surprise of the night was our number 3 entrant, who was the returning Bubba Ray Dudley. Excited to see Bubba Ray Dudley return, but also Devon Dudley didn't return. Number 4 was Luke Harper, who had an impressive showing. Number 5 was Bray Wyatt, who got the Diesel gimmick, meaning he was throwing people out left and right and had the opportunity to sit in the ring by himself, looking pretty dominant. Now, the most controversial spot was number 6 with Curtis Axel. Now, Curtis Axel actually never got to the ring because he was jumped by Luke Harper. Now, conspiracy theorists out there would tell you that since Curtis Axel never actually entered the Rumble, maybe he should be the winner. Number 7 is the returning Boogeyman, gets thrown out by Bray Wyatt. Number 8 is Sin Cara, see ya, by Bray Wyatt. Number 9 was Zack Ryder, who returned from injury, got thrown out by Bray Wyatt. Daniel Bryan is here, ladies and gentlemen, and does an impressive showing until he's thrown out pretty quickly. The Philly crowd was completely upset after Daniel Bryan was thrown out of the Royal Rumble, but here's the thing, I'm not. I actually like the whole underdog. Daniel Bryan gets screwed in the Royal Rumble every single year. It's a good story. Number 11 is Fandango. Number 12 is Tyson Kidd with his awesome mall airbrush tights. Number 13 is Stardust, who Michael Cole told me he's making his first appearance in the Royal Rumble. I guess we totally forget the fact that he's Cody Rhodes. Number 14 was another surprise as DDP made an appearance into the Royal Rumble. Can this guy go anywhere without plugging his dumb yoga? Number 15 is Rusev, who was awesome in the Royal Rumble and actually ended up being one of the final 2 participants. Number 16 was Goldust, who had the task of entering the Rumble right after Daniel Bryan was thrown out, so he got booed. Number 17 was Kofi Kingston, a Royal Rumble favorite, except the fact that he entered pretty close to when Daniel Bryan was thrown out as well, so the crowd just booed him. But Kofi did do a new way to be saved from being thrown out of the Royal Rumble when he was caught by the Rosebuds, and Adam Rose was entered at number 18. Number 19 was Roman Reigns. And I'm not sure if the WWE was expecting this, but Roman Reigns was booed to no end by the Philadelphia crowd, which is where we saw this sign that said Reigns plus Mike does not equal strong. Here's the thing, WWE. You're probably wondering, why is the crowd turning against Roman Reigns? It's because you keep jamming him down our throat. And he literally does 2 things in the ring, and he's not getting better. You're right, people loved Roman Reigns when he first was making his appearance, and it was cool, and he was doing the Superman punch. But you gotta do more things for us as you keep going on. Go look back at Bill Goldberg during his run during WCW. He came out and just destroyed people in a couple minutes with a couple moves. But every week he added a cool little twist to a move, or he did a new move that just was like, whoa, he's getting better. Roman Reigns is not getting better, and no one wants to see him beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And if he does beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, no one cares. Number 20 was Big E, and I just love the fact that as soon as his very uplifting and joyous gospel music hits, the crowd just boos. Number 21 was Damien Mizdow, who entered the ring, did a couple moves, and then was thrown out, and then was doing his whole Miz thing again. Number 22 is Jack Swagger, who I can't tell, like at some points we like, and then at some points we don't like, and I don't even know where I'm at with Jack Swagger, but I like the little tuft on the top of his head that flops around. Number 23 was Ryback, who didn't do much. Number 24 was Business Casual Kane. Number 25 was Dean Ambrose. Number 26 was Titus O'Neil, who was supposed to be eliminated within a second, but screwed that up and banged his body against the ropes and then had to be thrown out for the second time. Number 27 was Bad News Barrett, but he didn't do anything, so he didn't bring any news. Number 28 was Cesaro. Seriously, every time I watch Cesaro now, a tear drops because where he was to where he is now is just sad. 29 was a Big Show, who also had another impressive performance. Him and Kane were throwing all the people out of the Rumble until they get to number 30, who was Dolph Ziggler, who you thought was gonna have maybe an impressive run in this Rumble, maybe do some cool things in this Rumble, but really didn't have the opportunity to do anything. So we get to the end of the match where Roman Reigns is about to win. He gets screwed over by the Big Show and Kane, who come back in after eliminated, and who comes out and helps him? None one else but The Rock. And here's the thing that had to sting for Roman Reigns in the WWE. Not even the appearance of The Rock was able to rub off onto Roman Reigns. Even The Rock's just like, I don't know why you guys are booing him. I mean, maybe it's because he doesn't do anything, Rock. We're on the road to WrestleMania 31. Our next pay-per-view is going to be Fastlane. We're excited to see how this all plays out. Hey, check out our website, WrestlingGeeks.com, where we do all types of weird professional wrestling stuff. Thanks.